Rock, where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock?
10 rock and roll, bro.
Welcome to the Rock Files. The Rock Files. Yeah, live and locked. This is how we rock. Live and locked. Welcome to the Rock. Live and locked. Live is how we rock. Oh, this is how we rock. The Welcome to the Rock Files. This is how we rock. Live and locked. Welcome to the Rock. Live and locked.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, you are live and you are locked in with the Rock Files, Data Review, Battle Rap Desperations, the Rock Rankings 2, and yes, a short, very short open panel. We do not have a lot of space to be here. It is busy. It is busy. Rock! You know what? It's not a battle rap card if it don't have the Rock Files mentioned. 10 Rock channel. Rock Files this. Rock Files that. And all the while, we're here for virtual battle rap. We're here for battle rap, actual battle rap. Hope you're having an excellent night. Hope you're having an excellent week. The weekend is basically here in some parts of the country. Some parts you're almost there, you know? And of course, protect your peace, man. Protect your peace, protect your family, protect women, protect babies, protect your energy, protect your walk with the Almighty Yahuwah. For without the Almighty Yahuwah, there is nothing. Protect all that. Yeah, whatever, Rob. Let's just get to it. Got questions, Rob? Yep, I'm sure. We have a lot of data, a whole lot of new data, and some other data that's been dropped. And yes, if you want to know what the INMW means, it means independent no matter what. This is a neutral channel. This is a neutral channel. This channel is about battle rap. Of course, above all else, it's about the Almighty Yahuwah. But it's about battle rap. It's about news. It's about data, sports, and all of that. If you do battle rap, we may or may not cover it. But if you do virtual battle rap, we're very interested in that. Very interested in that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the last month of December. Sorry, we're in the last month of 2025, which is the month of December. Yeah, we're about to wrap things up. And look, before we even go here, this is the method of how we're going to come up with our data. There's been a lot of talk. So now you get to get it from a direct representative, not the leader, a direct representative of the process of how we come up with our data. It is not only, there's two things niggas don't do. Read and listen. So we're going to say this very slowly. For the comprehension is very, very low. All right. The two ways we get all out of our data, we get out of, first level is conversation and interview. That means we can speak with multitude of individuals, ask questions, they give a response. Those are submissions. That's number one. Number two, it'll be panel appearances. We could be in the chat. It'll be those conversations. That'll be number two of getting that data. Third way, of course, it will be submissions. Now notice, we gave 3 ways before we even get to the most weak part of how we accumulate data. All right. So 1, personal, live, or verbal interviews. Number 2, chat conversations. Number 3, individuals send us submissions all through 2025, either through IG, either through Facebook, or right here on YouTube. And if you would like to see those submissions, you are more than welcome to take a look, which involves reading, on the Rock Files community post. And then one of the final ways is stating the case. That means that is that opportunity for anyone to come up, which only a few have done. That is the opportunity for individuals to state their case about who they believe should win or should be acknowledged for anything, not just this V Cody or virtual battle rap champ, which we will get to, but it's also the opportunity for other categories, panelists, bloggers, promoters, whatever. That's 4 ways. Notice we didn't get to it yet, and we'll get to it now. The 5th and final way, and this is not the most important because it's the most flawed. We said that first on this channel. The 5th and final way will be the community posts. Now, why would that be at the bottom? Well, because individuals got burner accounts, individuals troll. This is a troll community. We know that before anyone does. So we're not going to put that in the highest esteem of how we obtain data. It will be considered, though, because there are some legitimate contributions, but the culmination of it will be questioned. All right, so let's review again. Number 1 way we get data is verbal interviews. Number 2, chat conversations. Number 3, submissions sent. Number 4, submissions that are locked in on social media and sent to us on IG, on Facebook, and YouTube. And then number 5, and last but not least, actually last and least, are the community posts. We respect those that respond legitimately. Oh, my bad. Number 3 is state the case. Excuse me. Number 3 is state the case. Number 3 is state the case. State the case where individuals can come up on a panel and pick any category. Salute to Kid Dangerous. Salute to Rap Ref. Salute to Adep HNIC, Tazlo Flames, Pablo Picasso, all of which have done state the cases that you can see as past videos for 2024, giving their take. That, and then after that, after the state the case, will be the sent submissions. And yes, those sent submissions will be kept anonymous. Those individuals have the right to have their privacy upheld. This way, they're not being swayed about what they actually perceive or have concluded about virtual battle rap. Then the very last one and we're about to get to it right now, the very last one is the community posts. Since we mentioned the community posts, let's get things going right now. Welcome to the Rock Files. This is the data review. All right. First and foremost, salute to Jiggy Battle League. Let's go ahead and get here. These are the Battle Rap Card Awards. We will show the data that has accumulated that. This is, as you see, this is for Battle of the Night on the Jiggy Battle League, their last card they had. Now, Jiggy Battle League has been called a lot of things. It's an audio battle league. Most in battle rap look at this as kind of a parody. That is their perception. That is their option. Salute to that. However, it is a virtual battle that happened, and we will cover it. So here's the Battle of the Night by submission vote. Submission was done by an interview, chat conversation. It was also done by, now there was no submit the case here, although there was a lot of submissions through IG on this one, a whole lot of submissions through IG on this one. By submission vote, the Battle of the Night is Nightmare J. Pyro versus Kid Dangerous. And this also equals the fan vote, which is on the community post of the Rock Files. Here's the fan vote that has the same. Battle of the Night on Jiggy Battle League is Nightmare J. Power versus Kid Dangerous. Congratulations to Nightmare J. Power and Kid Dangerous. You have 2 Battle of the Night awards. One for submission vote, as you see here, and one for fan vote. Fan vote is basically the community post vote, and also it's a chat. It also can be a chat vote combination that's done on the league, but there wasn't one on this one, so it's strictly on this community vote. Okay. Nightmare J Power's Kid Dangerous, Battle of the Night, both for fan vote and submission vote. Let's continue. This is for Performer of the Night. Performer of the Night. There's one Performer of the Night by fan vote. It is Nightmare J Pyro. If this same Nightmare J Pyro had have had the same round against No Need, he probably would have got No Need out of here. Nightmare J Pyro may have gotten motivated to be more coherent, land on those very good rhythmic spots, and also land in strong points. He did that against Kid Dangerous. He got Performer of the Night, fan vote wise, for the Jiggy Battle League. Salute to Nightmare J Pyro. And of course, by submission vote, and this is direct from the league owner. We have data and file on that. Kid Dangerous was Performer of the Night by submission vote. Now, this submission vote's a little different. It is what was submitted, but it's also what was said during the battle. All right. These battles were judged. So whenever there's a judge battle with the league, with that league and other submissions, all that is to be taken into consideration. Obviously, with the judge battle, as long as the judging is on point and there's no controversy like that, the judge battle the judge result, that is, will be calculated as in, hey, this is that determination. That will hold the most weight, obviously. It's their league, it's their system, and also it is their judging. Kid Dangerous, by submission vote, is the Performer of the Night for Jiggy Battle League's last card. So by submission vote is Kid Dangerous, and by fan vote, it is Nightmare J Pyro. Let's immediately go to the data that supports the fan vote very quickly. We're going to get to the rest of these in a minute. All right. Hope everybody's having a good almost weekend. Yeah. Call it an AW or whatever. All right. Okay. Okay. So here's the Battle of the Night fan vote right here in front of you. Only 10 votes. Not a lot of individuals seem to rock with Jiggy Battle League for whatever reason. Here's one reason from, I believe, the legend Bruce Leaf. And then we're going to go right back to it. Yes. So Bruce Leaf mentions, and Bruce Leaf's comment is just being shown just to say of the interaction. Bruce Leaf mentions, so the queer parody league hits the data list. Say it ain't so. Here's the response. All right. The league isn't queer now. This is from our channel. Don't you mean it's from you? What we're going to do here for the rest of the existence of this channel, there's two ways to speak from this channel. There will be the personal rock way, but when it's in a professional capacity, it'll be in the name of the channel. The difference is one will be a personal take, the other will be a professional one. This is a professional take. This answers to Bruce Leaf. Salute to Bruce Leaf. Bruce Leaf. Be sure to subscribe to Bruce Leaf. That's Bruce Leef. Bruce believes that Jiggy Battle League is a queer parody battle league. It's the data list. He does not approve of it being there. He has the right to that. But our response is the league isn't queer. And what we mean by the league isn't queer now, though, is that this card wasn't queer. As it says right here, it's a battle rap card, no rainbow. Now, if in the past that the Jiggy Battle League has done that, then that'll be up to Kid Dangerous to answer that. But this card was not that. I also want to say that the judges that were on this card, I believe, was Alex. I can't remember. Alex, someone else in HB2N. Salute to HB2N for judging on this card. He did very well. Actually, all the judges did pretty well, explained themselves and had some intelligence behind their picks, and they were listening to. And actually going to have to agree, salute to Sphinx, but HB2Win is correct by saying that freestyling wasn't getting it. And we want to give a shout out to Enlightened Illumination. That's the best Enlightened Illumination that was heard. And that's not just from this channel. That was a submission. Like Enlightened Illumination almost got one of those Performer of the Night awards. So let's go back to that. So that is the conversation there. Okay. So we're going to go back to the results of the fan vote for Performer of the Night for Jiggy Battle League, and then we're going to move on. And again, this is being said publicly. Most individuals are not going to hear it, because let's be honest, most individuals would rather be dramatic and troll than solve anything. To be honest with you. Simple as that. And that's their prerogative also. But here we're going to solve things. We're going to solve things. Is what we're going to do. Okay, here it is. Now, this fan vote for Battle of the Night was pretty overwhelming. This matches up with what was announced. Nightmare J. Power, Kid Dangerous. Of the 10 votes, it's a very low sample size, but it is final data because of the 5 days. Okay. Nightmare J. Power vs. Kid Dangerous, 80% of the vote. So 8 votes out of 10 for Nightmare J. Power vs. Kid Dangerous. 1 vote for Swaggy vs. Sigmosh. 1 vote for Enlightened Illumination versus Sphinx. So there is how that fan vote equaled the Battle of the Night for Nightmare J. Power and Kid Dangerous. So for those that keep saying, well, Rock, your awards, you can stop that for life. That will not be accepted. Now, we can't control what anyone thinks. Think what you want to think. But there's not 10. There is a 10 rock and roll, but there's not 10 of them. This is what other individuals have contributed. And again, this is just the lowest form of data we have. Please don't forget about the submission votes. But fan vote, and yes, we do go by the fan vote on this channel. So for those that's like, well, I didn't get a chance to vote, whatever, maybe you should listen and vote on this channel. You don't have to subscribe to vote. This is not a way to get subscribers at all. You can vote on this channel without subscribing and all that good stuff. But the votes on this channel count as fan votes unless there's other data given to us. Simple as that. So that's the fan vote for Battle of the Night. Let's continue. Performer of the Night. Very overwhelming here. And this kind of reflects the split decision a little bit. Again, shout out to Enlightened Illumination. Very solid round. That's the best Enlightened Illumination we heard. Fire. There was an issue when the battle started that Enlightened Illumination was having issues connecting, but the second Enlightened Illumination connected, he went off. And we're going to show you the results of Enlightened Illumination versus Sphinx. Shout out to both rappers, but Enlightened Illumination overwhelmingly won that. Kid Dangerous. So Enlightened Illumination for Performer of the Night, 9% of the vote. Swaggy didn't get a vote. Kid Dangerous, 27%. And Nightmare J. Power, 64%. Therefore, he wins the Performer of the Night for the Jiggy Battle League. Again, 11 votes, 64% of 11. Obviously, 1 of 11 is 9, so this is 1. So this is 3, so this is 4. This is 7 votes. 7 votes out of 11 for Nightmare J. Power. Congratulations to Nightmare J. Power for getting a Performer of the Night award. And yes, we do split it. We have 1 for fan and 1 for submission. We should just have 1. No, we shouldn't. No, not at all. Let's keep it moving. So these are the results of the Jiggy Battle League. Nightmare J. Pyro. Now, this is very different. When it came to the judge's vote, gave it to Kid Dangerous, but it was kind of done in a very comical way, because there were judges. I believe HB2N was one of them who mentioned that. Yeah, I'm not gonna vote against Kid Dangerous. So Kid Dangerous, he won the battle, right? And so did the others. I mean, Swaggy was, that's the thing over there. Jiggy Battle League is also comedy. Okay, it's also comedy. So Kid Dangerous did get the judge vote. However, according to this, Nightmare J. Pyro got the fan vote victory over Kid Dangerous. So when you have split decisions, you acknowledge both splits. Simple as that. Sigmosh versus Swaggy, and this is very important for Sigmosh because Sigmosh does have an outside chance to be recognized as virtual battle rap rookie. Sigmosh wins against Swaggy 61% to 39%. Did Swaggy sound like Chat GPT? Because that was a question asked in submissions. HB2N brought it out, but not just that. There was a difference with Alex, who said, I don't think you sound like Chat GPT. I think it's more like Grind Time, And There's a possibility there. Swaggy just seemed robotic in approach, bottom line. Seemed very robotic in approach. But Sigmash would have actually won more convincingly. Now, Swaggy was given the victory because of the audio, but Sigmash was snapping, And of course, it turned out later that Sigmash had I think it was either a filter or a cap next to that mic, which caused that disturbance. But this vote gives to Sigmash. The judges gave it to Swaggy. So there's a split decision there. And in Light Illumination, 10 votes are in. Out of 10 votes, 8 of them went to a Light Illumination. 2 votes went to Sphinx. Can't talk right now. Sphinx. So in Light Illumination, he wins that decision. And he had a very good round. Honestly, there was some that was saying the Light Illumination round was right there with Pyro's for round of the night for this card. So Light Illumination might be one to watch. If he continues to take it seriously, we may be seeing him later, depending on who would like to book him and on what league. Let us now move on very quickly to Anger Management 3. Salute the VBL Cartel. Yo, 2 times, Adept H&IC, salute. They presented this past weekend? Yeah, they presented this past weekend Anger Management 3, which featured these battles. Let's go ahead. It's featured Reaper Rail versus Prez Mafia. It featured Nightmare J Power versus No Need and Reek versus Innovate. Here's the first award given. Battle of the Night. This is by submission vote. Now, let's be clear. This one was very easy because this was done on the panel right after the battle. Actually, Yo 2 Times was on this very channel. Salute to Yo 2 Times and I Got Motion Podcast. Be sure to subscribe to that. And he immediately said, well, yeah, and Innovate versus Reek is the battle of the night. Innovate, that's your league owner. That's one of the highest submissions you can get when the league owner, after the battle, says that this was the battle of the night and other things. We'll get to those other things in a minute. So by submission vote, Innovate versus Reek Ruger gets battle of the night for Anger Management 3. And if you take a look at the people that's on this card, even though it was an underwhelming card, it was. There's no shot on the lead. We already talked about that. But still, battles happen. The card may not be rated that high, but that doesn't take away from the battle of the night between Innovate and Reek Ruger by submission vote. That is battle of the night. Let's continue. Battle of the night by fan vote also is Innovate versus Reek Ruger. It is Innovate versus Reek Ruger. So Innovate and Reek Ruger, congratulations. You have 2 2025 Battle Rap Card Awards. One for fan vote, Battle of the Night. One for submission vote, Battle of the Night. Okay, so both of those are right in lock with each other. And yes, to no one's surprise, Performer of the Night by submission vote. And look, this submission vote was easy. Literally, the entire chat, entire panels, multiple panels, overwhelmingly, and that's just the chat and the panels. The IG went crazy over this battle. It was a celebration for Innovate. Innovate saved the card. When you save a card, you're Performer of the Night. That's how simple that is. So Performer of the Night is Innovate by submission vote. He did defeat Reek Ruger on the card, but it was said it's primarily because of audio issues, and also there was some stumbling and some static. It's performance static from Reek Ruger in that round. So Innovate does become Performer of the Night on Anger Management 3. This is a huge bounce back for Innovate. Okay, so Innovate is now well on its way. Innovate has now defeated Reek Ruger. If Innovate has Innovate has Social Assassin coming up, Pablo Picasso coming up. Innovate has a chance to at least get in the conversation for possibly VBL's V Cody and for Virtual Battle Rap Champ. He has a chance, but that's a huge gauntlet to go through. So Innovate is Performer of the Night for Anger Management 3 by submission vote. What about the fan vote? Fan vote is different. Let's take a look. Well, by fan vote, it is also Innovate. Overwhelmingly also. And this was not just by the community post that you see on the Rock Files channel. By the way, you're more than welcome to subscribe to the Rock Files channel. Share the channel. You can share this broadcast. A whole bunch of y'all are watching anyway. To go ahead and pick apart and look for some troll or drama. You're not going to find it because there's really not too much analysis to do here when it comes to this card. Innovate. Congratulations. You are a winner by fan vote of the Performer of the Night and also Performer of the Night by submission vote. That's huge for Innovate. Now, what may hold Innovate down is that V Cody and Virtual Battle Rap Champ is for the entire season. So it might be too little too late for Innovate. We're going to find out. So let's go ahead and take a look at the data that supports the Performer of the Night and Battle of the Night. Let's go ahead and go down. And then from there, we're going to go up in our data table. So there's Jiggy. Okay, we just went over to Jiggy already. Okay, those some questions about that. Anger management 4. Anger management 4. Here we go. Anger management 3. Here's the first one. This is the fan vote. 21 votes. Now, obviously, that's double the amount for Jiggy. That's over double the amount for Jiggy Battle League. Salute to those that participated. Look, that's how overwhelming it is. Reaper Rail gets 1 vote. Reaper Rail gets 10%. Reaper Rail gets two votes. All of the other 19 votes went to Innovate for Performer of the Night. There's the data for fan vote only that does show Innovate is Performer of the Night for Anger Management 3. All right. Very easy to read. Salute to No Need and Reek Ruger. They did get submitted. They just didn't get a fan vote. Yeah. Before anything, this is very important to announce. Hold on a minute. Before anyone is listed in a community post to ask a question or even brought up in an interview, their name is usually submitted first. It's as simple as someone asking, hey, what about Innovate for Performer of the Night? Well, what about no? There were some that said No Need did well. That did happen. What about No Need? What about Reek Ruger? There's still a few that believe Reek Ruger did beat Innovate and they excused some of the choppiness. That happens. And Reaper Rail. A lot of individuals like Reaper Rail's performance against Perez Mafia. And it seemed like they also liked it because they were more disgusted about Perez Mafia and what he did. But with all that's enough to get to the party. Then individuals vote. They voted. And again, this is the most flawed form of how we collect data, but it is data nonetheless. And Innovate overwhelmingly is Performer of the Night. Let's continue with the other data that supports this. Battle, okay. Now this one had to be asked because the card was really bad. Okay. Innovate was not bad. Reek Ruger was not bad. Even Reaper Rail wasn't, but overall, it was a bad card. Pyro's performance was not good. In this battle. No Need was better. It was cool. If you wanted to catch more for that, please take a look at our instant reaction to Anger Management 3. But despite that, first, there was a Battle of the Night on the card. It was debatable at this moment. There may not even be a Battle of the Night on the card because the card was bad. But nope, 70% to 30% said, nah, there is a Battle of the Night, and the Battle of the Night they chose was Reek Ruger versus Innovate. 30% said none, but 70% said Reek Ruger Innovate. Therefore, overwhelmingly, that is your Battle of the Night by fan vote. Not by total vote, by fan vote. All right. This is who, okay, and what's funny, we asked even this question about should any of these battles get vaulted? Here's some submissions for vaulting the battles. Now, overwhelmingly, 75% said Nightmare J Pyro versus No Need should get vaulted. Honestly, was kind of in that same camp. That's right, was kind of in that same camp. It was not a good battle at all. But, here's some responses that prevented that. Apologize for that. It's Bruce Leaf, the legend. Salute to Bruce Leaf again. Be sure to subscribe to Bruce Leaf. That's BRUCEL, capital LEEF. Bruce Leaf, the vault shall remain open and unlocked. Is a lesson for those who want to take their journey seriously. Yes. And that was a question we asked. Who took it seriously? Salute to Yo 2 Times, who did show up on the panel to answer that question. Okay. And Yo 2 Times mentioned, yes, there were some that did take it seriously. Yeah, Innovate took it seriously. Reba Rail took it seriously. Reek took it seriously. So 3 out of the 6 participants took it seriously. That's cringeworthy. But there were some that took it seriously. Of course, this is Yo 2 Times from I Got Motion Podcast. Again, be sure to subscribe to I Got Motion Podcast. Hit the bell notification, like the channel, subscribe, and all that good stuff. So Yo 2 Times mentions Nas way more battles than any of these. Here's the response from the channel. And all this is public. Some very bad battles. Now, some very bad battles does mean other battles worse than these. There are. I mean, just last 2024, Irv the Reader was in a really bad battle versus Jules Famous. That should have been vaulted. Honestly, Gangsta versus Supernova should have been vaulted, right? It's arguable that that those battles should be vaulted, right? Both those battles were worse than Pyro and No Knee, and they didn't get vaulted. They probably should have been vaulted. Going to the future for a community or collection of individuals that claim to be like, well, we want to keep it real and stuff, we got to start vaulting battles, man. We got to start vaulting battles. If we're going to spend all this on this troll thing or exposure or whatever, let's also vault battles. And there should be a penalty for these bad performances, not just not getting booked again either. If we're going to do professional business, let's get ahead of things, such as pre-screening weirdos. We talked about that. We're not going to bring that up again. Such as having a system to where, like, wow, if this battle's this bad, we're going to vote it. We're not going to leave it up there. We're not going to show that to represent virtual battle rap or any of these leagues. That might be an incentive for these battle rappers to take it more seriously. And the reason for voting is not just performance of bars. It's also, is your camera angle, is the camera view in the right view. Again, all these type of stuff. All right, let's keep going down. So those are the data that supports the awards given. Now let's go to some other stuff. We're going to drop the code in right now. We're going to drop the code. And now we're going to get into these topics. We most certainly is. Salute to everybody that's watching in the shadows. You're more than welcome to do so. We're not going to be here that long anyway, honestly. Not at all. This is going to be the month where, honestly, the most despised channel will be our channel. And that's exactly the way we want it. Because this is where we get down to the data. This is where we give. Oh, by the way, yes, we will have a virtual battle rap champ for 2025. We will. We encourage all leagues, the Reign, VBL, Jiggy Battle League, also Uncompromised Battle League. Salute to HB2Win and everybody. Throwaway Battle League can do it too if they want. Have your champion if you wish to do so. Come up with your criteria. Have your champion. Who is your champion for your league? Each league should have that. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. That's strictly up to you. Salute to that. All right. Now let's go to this. Let's go to these topics very quickly. The code is now in the chat room. You're more than welcome to come up while we discuss. If not, no problem. So we have recently started. Yeah, I hope we don't miss one. Virtual battle rap bloggers. This is for Rock Rankings 2. Virtual battle rap bloggers. This is a very heated race. You got a lot of good. Honestly, you got more virtual battle rap bloggers that's been good than virtual battle rap leagues At currently as we speak now, you got maybe 4 to 5 virtual battle rap leads, but you got well over 12 to 13, maybe 14 virtual battle rap bloggers. So we start with this. And this one got a lot of votes. And salute to DNA Tooth, HB2N, Snack, King Cole, and Mesa Velvet. There's a tie between DNA Tooth and HB2N. Honestly, not mad at that. King Cole's right there. Any one of these three could be the most outstanding virtual battle rap blogger. I mean, DNA Tooth, the second he blogs about virtual battle rap, it stops traffic. HB2N. HB2N has maybe the most diverse coverage of virtual battle rap we have out here. Not just about battle raps and battle rappers and matchups, but also about who they are as individuals, stories they're involved in. HB2N even has taken his blogging to set up Uncompromised Battle League. Salute to that. King Cole, king of late night. Nothing else to be said. So currently, you have basically inherently a three-way tie in this category for most outstanding virtual battle rap blogger. This is just one group of 4. Okay, so DNA Tooth 34%, HB2N 34%. Yes, uncompromised. And by the way, for HB2N, Uncompromised Radio goes right with that. All right, so these are 3 of your most top-ranked virtual battle rap bloggers. Here's the next group of 4. Salute to I Got Motion Podcast. And keep in mind, every name you see here was submitted. We asked a question on a live. We asked a question on other people's panels. Who is your most outstanding virtual battle rap blogger? Who is it? Who's your most outstanding virtual battle rap anything? And we got a response. They said, what about this person, that person? These are the people that got submitted. And honestly, these are people that's been getting submitted all the season of 2025. Okay. And that's the same for this group of 4. All righty. This is for Rock Rankings 2. Virtual battle rap bloggers. Who's the most outstanding virtual battle rap blogger? You got I Got Motion Podcast, John. Hey, salute to John. John is really good at blogging. He should do it more often. That was a really good perspective. He gave his perspective about rock rankings, but not just that, about things with Social Assassin and all of that. I mean, talk about getting efficient. He does maybe under a 2-hour or around a 2-hour blog, and it covers all this pertinent information. And then it got covered on multiple channels. That's fire. Salute to John. Adept HNIC requires no introduction. Adept HNIC is one of the most important virtual battle rap bloggers we have, and Crack Stream Crisis. Now, to answer this publicly, as we did on the post, Adept, and this is for anyone. If there's anything that someone does, this is a similar situation to Viral Money, a similar situation to TMR, a similar situation to others like DME Detroit. If there's any moment that something should be corrected, be sure that you're not labeled something. You're more than welcome to respond. Just want to say that whenever we get submissions, they're placed in this order. Adept mentions, stop playing with my name and put it next to people who great and put hands on women. No problem. Here is the response. And this is straight up. No disrespect is meant like that. These are simply how submissions arrive. That is all. We'll change order in future submissions. My bad about the typo. Yeah. Salute to that. So that's for anybody. If there's something, again, one of the main things we say is what? If it's not respected, correct it. I have no problem correcting it. Here's the data. 27 votes. So a lot of traction. This channel has around 294, subscribers. There's a lot of traction for something like that. And look, to keep it $1, we already know how this is gonna go. Well, I'm not gonna vote on nothing. I just want to see how it turns out. If I don't like it, I'm gonna talk. Then we can honestly care less about that, because it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Most individuals are miserable in life, and they just waiting for something to quote unquote punch on or criticize, even though they were encouraged to participate. You don't participate, don't want to really hear from you. And yes, this does count from Adept HNIC. That's a submission. That is a submission. And Adept has the right to request that. Oh, my bad, not Pudding. Stop playing with my name and putting it next to people who grape and put hands on women. Yeah, we're going to read that correctly. So yeah, that request will be respected. Not a problem. In this category, I Got Motion Podcast. Salute to Yo 2 times, 15%. John 11%. Adept HNIC 41%. Crack Stream Crisis 33%. So Adept has a very strong showing against some heavy other bloggers that's been blogging heavy on virtual battle rap. Salute to that. So does Crack Stream Crisis. So these two from this category will probably be ranked pretty high, similar to, let's go back over here. Oh, my bad. Yeah, we do watch Pop the Balloon with 2 Code. Be sure to subscribe to 2 Code. He's a brother out of Indianapolis that does Pop the Balloon stuff too, for those that's familiar with that. All right. Let's go ahead and get back down to where we were. Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah. And we just show you the comments just to show you the interaction of the submissions. That does count as a submission. Okay. For those that's interested, if you're watching an IG, you're more than welcome to come to the panel. You don't have to. But you're more than welcome to. The code is in the link, but it's on YouTube. Okay. The code is in the link. All righty. Okay. So that's that group of 4. To repeat, Yo 2 times, I Got Motion Podcast, 15%. John 11%. Adept HNIC, 41%. And Crack Stream Crisis, 33%. This is 2 days ago. Final data, 27 votes. Final data. So Adept's going to be ranked pretty high in Rock Rankings 2 for outstanding virtual battle rap blogger. Salute to that. And by the way, there's this Yo 2 times mentioned. Of course, it's not a battle rap card if there's not a roundabout rock, right? Yo 2 times mentioned. Well, how can this random nigga rock come around and tell individuals their worth? First of all, Yo 2 times, we both know there's nothing random about Rock. Rock been here. Yeah, Rock been here, and so is our company. So that's the first thing. Second thing, the reason why is because we have the most comprehensive system to come up with a way to measure virtual battle rap. No one else has this no one's put this much thought into this. This is not something about Rock. This is about a team. So no team has put this much thought into virtual battle rap to actually come up with conclusions, interviews, and data like this. That's why. Now, if someone did it, then they'll be the one to go ahead and determine. But keep in mind, Rock is not determining anything. Rock is just managing a system. And others that participate, such as the 20 votes here, we're going to get to this in a minute, and 27 and 29, others that participate, they're the one that give their take, and all we do is collect it and say, here are the results. That's what we do. Simple as that. And I just got to say this is not for Yo 2 times. Salute to Yo 2 times and VBL Cartel. No problem. This is for battle rap in general. Not everything is petty and personal. There are things that are professionally done. All right. Not everything's done off one person. You might want to stop looking for one person and just investigating them personally and take a look at this as more as a neutral, objective, professional product. That's it. Performance dictates response. With these next 4, you got the Rock Files, A-Fan 101, Not Enough Podcast, and Unscripted Logic in this group of 4. It's a lot of heat. A-Fan 101 is a very good virtual battle rap blogger. Not Enough Podcast is still blogging about virtual battle rap. Salute to Viral Money, everybody over there. And Unscripted Logic with Paulo Picasso and Social Assassin. They got diss tracks. They got a lot over there. So Rock Files, and this is 20 votes. There you go. 2 days ago, final data. 20 votes usually is not enough for final data, but it has been 2 days, so that is final data. Rock Files has 35%. A-Fan 101 has 5%. Not Enough Podcast, 15%. Unscripted Logic, 45%. So Rock Files and Unscripted Logic have done pretty well in this. They may end up being ranked. We got to do more investigation to see exactly what other submissions do. These things were submitted. These did well. Want to give a shout out to A-Fan 101 though. A-Fan 101 is the only battle rap blogger that incorporates health and fitness. I think also along with Ari Lee Ray, Trouble Lee Ray, salute to her. That is a really good, unique contribution. That's a good way that if A-Fan chose to, the fitness community And the individuals in the fitness are huge. So imagine if he could get, see, who are the fitness people? There's that guy, Jeff. He's a fitness guy. What's that thing? I think it's called Athon or A Flex or something like that. Imagine if you get him battle rapping, or you get people he know battle rap. That's a guy connected to the WWE and a lot of other celebrities. So A-Fan has a chance to be a bridge with the fitness community to introduce the fitness community to virtual battle rap. That's fire, you know. Unscripted Live speaks for itself. They have a lot of diversity. They do a lot of look-ins and all that stuff. They do a lot of battle rap breakdowns. Salute that. The criticism on the Rock Files, be honest with you, we don't blog enough. We're too busy with the business we do to blog every day, all day on virtual battle rap, even though we keep our ear and of course we keep our attention there. So that would be something against the Rock Files. But Rock Files, is doing well on its channel. Then let's be honest. None of these channels have all fans or have all support. They're going to have their dissenters and the critics, and we welcome all of that. Not enough podcasts, 50%. And honestly, not enough podcast deserves a lot more props because there's a lot of innovations they've done over there. Now, people can think what they want about Viral Money and individuals that are on the panel. Salute to Viral Money, honestly, because Viral Money, one thing you can say that he does on that channel is promote his face off, and not just his face off. He promotes very well and aggressively. When he's focused, it's a done deal, and he's aggressive doing it. It draws a lot of attention. It actually It actually presents virtual battle rap aggressively the way it's supposed to be. And one thing about all these bloggers that's great, none of them, you could tell they all care about virtual battle rap. All 16 of these that were submitted care about virtual battle rap. Salute to all of them. Salute to all of them. Let's keep going. Oh, we got somebody? All right, cool. So let's keep going. These are for the virtual battle rap leagues. There's only 4. This is how bad 2025 has been. We're going to keep saying it. 2025 has not been a good season for virtual battle rap nor battle rap at all. From a product, diversity, and skill presentation. Now for drama, crash outs, trolling. Oh wow, this may be the main era of it all for content. And look, salute to the battle rap leagues getting 28 votes. That's fire. That's fire. Here's what we got. Of course, we got VBL Cartel, Jiggy Battle League, The Ring, Paul Picasso Social Assassin, and Uncompromised Battle League. Right? In this, The Ring has 39% and VB. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got the legend himself. Bruce Leaf is in the building. Salute to Bruce Leaf. Be sure to subscribe to Bruce Leaf. That's Bruce BRUCELEEF. Salute. We welcome you, bro. We welcome you. And Bruce, while you're here, we're going to get some of your feedback on some of this. Bruce is, as you saw, Bruce gave a submission about what he thought of Jiggy Battle League. That's respected. There's others that are cool with Jiggy Battle League. That's also respected. All we're doing is just saying, hey, well, what do we think? And not just think, but what we call something. And also just to say this data, it all started because very few individuals in virtual battle rap even knew what it was, honestly. There's all these dissenting things. I remember back in 2024, we asked, okay, how many battle rap leagues are there? It was crickets. So we're like, wow, we got to really lock this down, at least do our part to lock this down as a collective. So this is what we came up with. And salute to all those. Again, the first person to submit, and of course, there's 2 things niggas don't do, which is listen and read. Listen to this. The first person to submit to any form of data was Clip Corleone. Salute to Clip Corleone, and welcome Clip Corleone back. Welcome back, Clip. Honestly, it's great to see you back. Now, in this here, you have VBL Cartel, 29%, Jiggy Battle League, 11%, The Ring, 39%, and Uncompromised Battle League, 21%. Now, just so we get ahead of things, before we get to the virtual battle rappers, we're going to wait for the contention card for the Rock Rankings 2. This is for Rock Rankings 2. This is not NOT for virtual battle rap champ and rookie and all this stuff. Although we did ask questions about it. This is basically the predecessor, the precursor of virtual battle rap champ. And if you notice, we're asking you questions. We're seeing what you think. Not, and again, not just through the posts, we're doing this live right now. If you have a submission for a virtual battle rap league that's been missed, you're more than welcome to put it on our YouTube page. You're more than welcome to submit it to Instagram. You're more than welcome to submit it to Facebook. More than welcome. But look, on the same token, if you want to state your case, you're more than willing to say, hey, Rob, when you going to be live again, man? I want to come up there and I think so-and-so or such should be such and such. We'll give you that. We'll ask you questions. You can advocate for who you advocate for. It don't have, and look, it don't have, honestly, it don't just have to be yourself. Please. Another reason why virtual battle rap and business and battle rap is not moving, because everybody, all they do is talk about themselves. Just themselves. Well, me, and then me, and then me, and then my name, and me, and me. Look, here's a business lesson for you. If all you're going to do is talk about yourself, you just identified your only customer is going to be yourself, and your only way of getting money will be yourself. That's why a lot of you are broke. You're selfish. Egomaniacs. You're prideful. All those are sins, and they destroy you. Now imagine if you put some of that energy toward, it's got to be somebody else that you rock with. There's got to be somebody else's league or work or contributions you respect. That's what this channel's about. And since few do it, we do it. That's another reason why this isn't random. This isn't random because we know a lot about these individuals and about their companies. BBL Cartel is a company. Jiggy Battle League is a company. Let's be honest. Most individuals are only in one piece of virtual battle rap in the first place, and they only know this. We're going to show you evidence of that. We can't even discuss other virtual battle rappers. I ain't heard of them. I'm lazy. I'm just sticking over here. I'm just sticking over there. That's why we do it. Now, others are more than welcome to do it, but their pride and their ego will probably block them from doing it, and that's really sad. You're killing virtual battle rap that way. And now on the other side, other people in virtual battle rap, you got to stand out more. You got to stand out more. If you're a league and you're not really quote unquote popping, that might be your fault. What type of matchups are you setting? What type of talent do you attract? What type of battles do you put together? Do you even know you exist? And that's not just for virtual battle rap, that's for battle rap in general. Well, look, Rock, I don't think your channel, first of all, it's not Rock's channel. Okay? We will not be, from this point forward, we will not be addressed as a worker. This is a group channel. This is a professional channel. It's not like, well, this is mine and me. This is not personal, yo. Y'all can be personal. This ain't personal. This will never be personal. Because if it was, we'd probably be the most despised channel out here. This is not personal. Could care less about what others do. Others can do personal. Salute to that. This is not personal. It never will be. So we get these feedback. We're gonna go on to other data in a minute. We get this feedback. Well, y'all got to start covering our league. Give us a reason to cover your league. Not just us. Give a reason to King Cole and Adeb and DNA Tooth and A-Fan 101, etc. Even Angry Fan or Piper Boy. What's a reason to cover your league in virtual battle rap, in battle rap at all? What's the reason? What are you doing? What's special about you? All of these four have promoted and have included an audience in what they've done. They've been consistent all through 2025. So Spaces. Because it's mostly a lot of Spaces things that'll say, well, we're virtual battle rap. First of all, Spaces, you allow individuals to read when they're rapping. Jiggy Battle League does not do that. Maybe you want to get rid of that. And then a lot of you, it's weird. You're cammed up on IG, but you won't cam up when you're rapping on Spaces. Well, Spaces won't let us. All you got to do, you got YouTube channels, right? Here's an idea. Host the stuff on YouTube with your Spaces battles. Why did it take Crack Stream Crisis to do that for you? Salute to that. That's an awesome contribution. That's why Crack Stream Crisis got mentioned and got submitted as a blogger by the 19 people that submitted it. 19 people submitted Crack Stream Crisis. That's the power of a blogger. So you leagues and you battlers, if you want to be recognized and noticed, give us something. We search for you. Give us something. And if you don't, shut the hell up. Whoever it is. And again, that's not just to this proportion of virtual battle rap. That's the virtual battle rap in general. It's weird that individuals, I don't care about no award. I don't care about virtual battle rap. Virtual battle rap ain't nothing. The goal is outside up until recognition shows up. You're liars. You're liars. You do care. It's just that you want something for a lot of you want something for nothing. Leagues included, bloggers included. And keep in mind, it's not just from leagues that do this. This is bloggers that do this. Well, I'm blogging. Where's my award? Me. You didn't get one because you're not out there like that. You didn't do anything. That's why you didn't get one. That's why no one submitted you. Don't ask Rock to cover something that ain't submitted. Please. And don't ask Boss Entertainment Group Detroit and try to do the roundabout way to ask them to submit something that you ain't doing nothing. We've had a lot of submissions, and we're going to move on after this statement. We've had a lot of submissions. We go research. There's either not hardly any content, or there's no recent. There's not hardly any content, or there's no recent contributions to battle rap at all, let alone virtual battle rap. Come on now. Anyway, so that is, let's read it again. Virtual Battle Rap League's most outstanding virtual battle rap league in the league is The Ring at 39%, followed by VBL Cartel at 29%, Jiggy Battle League at 11%, Uncompromised Battle League at 21%. And salute to Uncompromised Battle League for having that awesome idea of like, nah, we're gonna do it in a dark style. It's gonna be dark style. We're gonna have a matchup. We ain't gonna tell nobody, and we just gonna go live and boom, there it is. That's incredible. That's history in a lot of ways. So HB2 win, take a bow. Good stuff. Let's keep it moving. These are your rookies. Now, I'm going to say this before we actually read all this. We struggled in Rock Rankings 1 to have, 12 rookies? And I can tell you, a lot of those rookies fell off. They stopped virtually battle rapping. These are the 4 we're left with. And honestly, it's not a horrible group of 4 because 3 of these 4 were top ranked anyway. So when this comes out for Rock Rankings 2, you may see top 4, and then the rest might be ones to watch. And you know what? Got to say this for virtual battle rap rookies real quick. Who was that? D-Tay or Consequence? One of them. Yeah, it was Consequence. So here's Consequence with opportunity to be a virtual battle rap rookie. And then, well, we're not sure if it's unprofessional, but then decides not to battle, right? And then you got this according to Yo 2 Times, by the way. So it's Yo 2 Times. Then you got, not Swaggy, what's his name? Not Swifty. You got to name something like that. The guy from DC. Anyway, and you see that? If we have to struggle to remember who you are, that says a lot. And immediately you want to ask for money, and you have not even had a virtual battle rap. You've done nothing in virtual battle rap. Well, you got to pay me. Pay you for what? How's the money coming back? And salute to Yo 2 Times for going ahead and nipping that in the bud. That's a good business move. Salute to that. Now, straight up, salute to that. Because if you're not going to put in the virtual battle rap, then you get put out of it. Let's be even more clear. If there is nothing that you contribute to virtual battle rap, you don't deserve nothing from virtual battle rap, honestly. And no doubt, you can do it just for the fun too. There's nothing wrong with that. But at least as a contribution, then maybe that could be something toward you getting paid from this. Again, we just said people want something for nothing. Now, there's going to be some new gunners to look at that could be the ones to watch after contention. You still got Domo Guapo. Salute to Domo Guapo. Look forward to seeing that battle. You got VVS 100. Look forward to seeing VVS 100. You know, depending on who he's booked with. Salute to that. You got D-Tech. Yeah, see the virtual battle rap rookie. That's the new blood. And that's an essential part of virtual battle rap. Let's read the stats. To zero surprise, Froku is leading 46%, Sigmash 38%, and that's off of Sigmash's. See, Sigmash, just by being active, he stays close to Froku in these results. A-Fan 101. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Pablo Picasso picked apart. Judge Pick. He's Pablo Picasso is what it is. Unscripted Logic, salute. Pablo Picasso in the building. Salute, salute. Be sure to subscribe to Pablo Picasso and also Unscripted Logic. Salute, salute. So we got Froku, 46%, Sigmash, 38%, A-Fan 1 of 1, 4%, and Captain Tenno, 12%. That's about right. Dreadhead King will probably in the final rankings be somewhere, right? Nat King Kong as a rookie will probably be somewhere in those finals and all that good stuff. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, just realized something. Want to give a shout out to Bruce and Pablo. Fire track, man. That track is fire. That track is fire. When we do another message music session, we're gonna play that. Salute to that. Yeah, man. Bruce and Pablo were snapping on that track. Snapping. What we like to see. Salute to independent music everywhere. But yeah, this may come down. Oh, let's not sleep on Captain Tenno. Captain Tenno may have something to say about it. Sigmash might be even with Froku had his audio been on point against Swaggy in the Jiggy Battle League. Maybe. But then again, Froku can go ahead and run away with this. I mean, he got battles coming up. You know what I'm saying? If not mistaken, I think he got 2 battles before the end of 2025, if not mistaken. So salute to Froku. Froku, be sure you calm down on the panels. Watch what you say. You know, it basically boils down to whatever you say when you talk heavy, you can back it up. Back it up. Salute to that, man. But also Froku, definitely like the way Froku is starting to pick starting to pick his battles very wisely. And also is understanding the value of the battles he takes. You know, like someone like Froku can't be wasting their energy taking parody battles. Otherwise you might be looked at parody battle regardless. But the Froku versus a Reek starting 2026 is fire. Froku versus Innovative Future, definitely. That's what Froku is right now. That's what Froku is. Hey, you're having debatables with Yo 2 times. You got there. All right. So these are your current. So Froku right now is in the lead for virtual battle rap rookie. He was number 1 on the first rock rankings list. Stands a great chance to be number 1 on the second rock rankings list. Sigmash, if I'm not mistaken, was number 2 or 3. He's number 2. I think he was number 2. So that probably is going to hold up. We're gonna ask more questions, you know. And of course, Captain Tenno's probably going to be. Captain Tenno's basically holding this position because he's being familiar. You know what I'm saying? He could stand to have another battle though pretty soon. Salute to Captain Tenno, Sigmash and Froku, A-Fan 101. Salute to him also. All right. Yeah. And now we get to the part of the program entitled Desperation for Battle Rap. Look, and we ain't going to stay long here. The question reads as follows. Battle Rap General. With Battle Rap General, that's the section of this program and the section of the Rock Files when we just talk battle rap in general. That's what it means. Battle Rap General. Is the battle between Easy the Block Captain versus Cassidy already over? Overwhelmingly, 18 votes says yes. There's no reason to see these two battle, man. Nah. Cassidy, salute to Cassidy. Cassidy can rap. Cassidy can do. Easy the Block Captain has not rapped directly to an opponent for 3-4 rounds. Maybe since K-Shine, maybe since Danny Myers. So you got an indirect Easy versus the Cassidy that already killed this dude in promo. Honestly, there's nothing in this battle that'll be more exciting than the promo. There's no reason the only reason why individuals are talking about this is because of the promo, and they're hungry to see a major, or what they call a major battle rap matchup, right? And we got individuals talking about, well, the bar, you better bring them bars. Bars will not win this battle. Come on, man. What's going to win this battle is who is going to break down whose opponent the worst. And Easy the Block Captain is not going to do it against Cassidy, man. Yes. Salute to I Got Motion Podcast. Yo, 2 times in the building. Salute, salute. Be sure to subscribe to I Got Motion Podcast. Salute, salute. For those that's interested, the code is in the chat. This is an open panel. We're going through these topics, and we accept all feedback on whatever. Salute to that. There's no reason to see this battle. Again, the only reason why individuals or anyone wants to see this battle, either you rock with Easy heavy, you rock with Cassidy heavy, you just want to see Cassidy battle, or you just want to see Easy battle again. There's nothing here. So what? So what, man? Easy the Block Captain has not rapped direct to an opponent for 7 to 8 straight battles. What is he going to do against Cassidy, man? Wait, he's going to rap about a struggle, selling weed and all this weed. My goodness, my bad. Selling weight and all this. So what? So what? Don't care. Now look, salute to those that will. Enjoy the battle. You got the right to watch what you want. As usual, when it comes to the mainstream battle rap, and also, what's on the line again for this battle? What's on the line for this battle? If Cassidy loses, what happened to him? If Easy loses, what happened to him? Quick answer, spoiler alert, nothing. There's still Easy the Block Captain, and there's still Cassidy. Well, no, because, okay. Yo, 2 times has some comments. Let's go to Pablo Picasso's comment real quick. Pablo mentions the people calling for a dual EP. Yeah. Let's have it. That'd be fire. Yo, 2 times has a different take. Cassidy might get smoked in the rap side of things, for real, just being honest. Not if Easy doesn't rap to Cassidy. Cassidy could have maybe less modern, and that's another thing about Cassidy. Cassidy does still got to watch the OBC, so we'll go there. We'll go there. Cassidy got to watch a little bit of OBC there because in each one of his battles, there's been kind of some outdated references. Got to watch that. But as far as rapping with Cass, Easy can't rap with Cass, man. Come on, man. Now, if you're talking about battle rap with Cass, you may have something. The problem is Easy hasn't rapped to his opponent in a battle rap matchup. We're going to get to the other comment in a minute, yo, 2 times. We got you. But in a battle rap matchup like this, that's going to be about image. That's what this is going to be about, image. Who's going to come out looking weird? Which one can have the other look more weird? And honestly, so what? But anyway, and Yo 2 times asked this question. What have become different in this one? Yo 2 times, good brother. Easy hasn't done anything different in 8 straight battles. Not seeing it in this one. Just being straight. I mean, dog, he's had 8 chances against some hiring. This is saying, look, we can agree on this. If Easy raps like he did against Charlie Clips, Cassidy's gonna body this dude. That Charlie Clips versus Easy was atrocious on both of their parts. Cass hasn't had a bad battle like that. Not like that. Something to think about. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, Rock, who would you choose between Cass and Easy? First, Rock would choose a bathroom break. Rock would choose watching past episodes of Law and Order. Rock would choose going out and shoveling snow. Rock would choose anything but watching this battle. Now, as far as choosing someone to win the battle, that's Cassidy, man. That's Cassidy, man. That's Cassidy. Now, how about this? This was what have you done for me lately, right? Okay. Cassidy's last battle, Easy's last battle. If both of them face off, Cassidy should win that minimum 2-1. Now, Pablo Picasso has a take on this. Easy can't deal with Cassidy with drug bars at all. And look, now one thing that can hurt Cassidy, Pablo, because we're going to be fair here. Did Cassidy give away too much in this promo that could really get Easy out of here? Or was the promo so well that Cassidy can paint additional elements of the picture against Easy in this battle? If Cassidy does this, Easy may not rap again. Now we have another tape. Yo 2 times, salute. Yeah, true. I don't know. I'm just excited for the battle. Not mad at that. Look, for people that just want to see the battle, not mad. But Yo 2 times, would you say, and this for the whole chat, everyone is looking or watching, Is the reason why most want to see this battle is because they're just starved for battle rap? Can we be honest and say that, again, 2025 has been trash for battle rap? And now it's like, well, when you got a matchup, it's almost like you're hoping it's going to be better than what it is, even though it probably ain't. Something to think about. Yo 2 Times says facts as far as Easy has had 8 chances to be direct and get people out of here, and he has not. All right, salute to that. Salute Bruce Leaf. Bruce Lee with the fire emoji as far as the I believe that's for the double EP. Salute to that. Look forward to it. So yeah, look, and not even mad that individuals want to just see some battle rap. That's kind of what's keeping battle rap going. Let's be honest, man. It's like there's a codependent relationship between so-called fans of battle rap and battle rap, right? Even battle rap individuals that follow this knows this is trash. But they're like, yeah, it's trash, but it's the best we can get, and we got to have something battle rap. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the dude in a bar, last call, he ain't getting no action, and there's Fat Bertha. He know Fat Bertha ain't nobody he would talk to on the street. But he been drinking the thing that he been drinking. He been drinking Georgie. Shout out to Android Wiggins. He been on that Georgie. Shout out to Android Wiggins. So he gonna go ahead and go home with Fat Brenda. There's no disrespect to anyone named Brenda. But he said, look, at least. And that's where battle rap is right now, at least. This battle rap match ain't worth watching, don't care, could care less. But salute to those that will watch it, enjoy it. This is not to tell you not to watch it. Just nah. Whatever. Let's move on. We got more. Oh no, we got more than this. We got more. Oh, and Yo 2 Times is in the building. Perfect. Now we got the topic that we have brought up over and over and over and over again, and we're going to discuss it right now. Who right now is an in-game virtual battle rapper? And we got Yo 2 Times in the chat right now. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's have it, right? Now, this is just one group of 4, by the way. We got multiple groups of 4. We got Clip Corleone. And by the way, when we asked the questions on many interviews and many conversations, these are the names that came up. These are the names that came up. Clip Corleone name came up, submitted his name. QP submitted his name. Innovate, of course. And Kid Dangerous. Yes, Kid Dangerous name came up as an in-game battle rapper. He said, well, and look, Kid Dangerous name came up because of the resume he has. All Kid Dangerous can say, yeah, that's cool. Y'all think whatever you think of me, but I battle Murder Mook. Pablo mentions, I ain't seen my name. Haha. Hey, do we have a submission? Will somebody want to submit Pablo Picasso as an in-game battle rapper? I mean, like we can add names to this. So of these 4, and this is and by the way, it's interesting. Clip Corleone did not get a vote for in-game virtual battle rapper, and he's the 2024 VBL Cody. Clip has more bodies on his record than a lot of other in-game. There's some in-game battle rappers don't have a single body. Clip has multiples. Pause if necessary. We're talking about battle rap. We should have to pause that. That's weird. And QP has well over now. QP is in the double digits of virtual battle rap. It's strange that he only getting 11% of this vote. And when you put QP name, it has that feel. Like, well, wait a minute. They've seen QP. Now QP, well, yeah, but QP battles Stizzy Davis. Each one of the in-game battle rappers have battled somebody so-called beneath. If you're in-game, you're going to battle somebody beneath where you are. That's in-game. Okay? Murder Mook battle Kid Dangerous. Murder Mook, in-game battle rapper, right? He battled Kid Dangerous. Kid Dangerous in battle rap will be beneath Murder Mook. But Kid Dangerous in virtual battle rap, 21%. 21% of 19 votes just a day ago. Kid Dangerous, 21%. Innovate, of course, rightfully so. Some of this might be recency bias, but you can't deny the longevity. What we got? Pablo mentions. They must be snorting Zoloft and they didn't put me on there. Well, Pablo, You know, you keep typing like that, you might get submitted, big bro. You might get submitted, bro. Just saying. Just saying. All right. So Kid Dangerous, 21%, Innovate, 68%, QP, 11%. This may add even more credence to Innovate being an in-game battle rapper because amongst other in-game battle rappers, look at Innovate. Now, again, some of this might be recency bias. It might be. Innovate just saved the card by himself. How many in-game battle rappers can say they saved the card by themselves with other prominent names on there? Innovate did save that card. Say what you. This is no disrespect to Reek. Reek has battled the night with Innovate. But dog, Innovate saved that card. Because up until that point, up until that battle, and up until that performance, I don't know about nobody else, but was ready to leave. Bruce Lee mentioned, and this is a mission. Bruce, yeah, they're bugging if they got Kid on there. Hey, Bruce, there are multiple platforms, especially in the gaming community. When they think of virtual battle rap, they think of Kid Dangerous because of his reputation and his connection and rapport with them. There's individuals even in this part of a virtual battle rap that says, "Nah, Kid Dangerous." You know. Yo, 2 times give up for Bruce with that. We got another group of 4 though. We got another group of 4. So Innovate is leading that one. Okay, another group of 4. Rio Nkosi, Danny Myers, Nightmare J. Pyro, and Tista. So obviously Rio Nkosi is pretty controversial. But Rio Nkosi, he no-shows a battle. He disrespects virtual battle rap for a cheesy reason against WFN Jackpot. This may have credence to Rio Nkosi's claim as in-game battle rap because even after doing something so nasty, something that others would be canceled, he still even got a response at all. Rio Nkosi, 18%. Danny Myers, it's interesting. If this would have been asked 2024 instead of now, would Danny Myers get a whole lot more than 24%? But Danny Myers, 24%. Nightmare J. Pyro, 6%. This is probably low for Nightmare J. Pyro because there's recency bias. That you're on anger management. See, that shows also the visibility and power of anger management 3. So when y'all take these anger management cards and you got Cap's audience and you got all these promotions and all these matchups going on, if you got a bad match, if you have a bad performance, it's like, yeah, you may have did this and done that, but oh nah, you're not nice, you're trash. And that's what happened to Nightmare J. Pyro. That's a consensus. 6% for Nightmare J. Pyro. Teeksta is now considered an in-game virtual battle rapper, according to this. 53%. And keep in mind, though, there's something against Teeksta that did come up in multiple conversations. 3-round battles. Now, isn't it interesting that someone's called Clip Cordion's called 3-round clip, bodies, all this stuff. And he has 0%, but Teeksta, no 3-round matchups, he has 53%. There's this thing happening here, man. A lot of that too. Pablo mentions Teeksta's dope, but when's the last time he battled? His last battle here in virtual battle rap was against Truly Lace back in 2024. Want to say August, maybe September. And that was a 1-round battle. That's his last battle. So if we do that, August of 2024, we're talking about 8-4. So we're talking about 16 months ago was his last battle. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're talking about right now. So the lack of battles, the lack of rounds per battle, that could work against Teeksta. But look at this though. What works for Teeksta, he is in a category with 2024 virtual battle rap champ, Danny Myers, who honestly is on a lot of people Mount Rushmore, especially for the West Coast and battle rap in general, and Rio Nkosi, who was considered an in-game battle rapper. Teeksta is overwhelmingly over them in this chat, in this community post. Chat, who is your in-game battle rapper right now and why? Here's your opportunity. Here's your opportunity. Outside of yourself, Pablo, outside of yourself. Who is your in-game battle rapper? Now, honestly, all jokes aside, if you want to say yourself, cool. But if you say yourself, say who else is besides yourself. Who else is an in-game battle rapper right now? Who is it? In-game virtual battle rapper. A lot to consider. The submission for Kid Dangerous, by the way, there was someone that mentioned, yeah, Kid Dangerous is not just battling. What about all the other stuff he does? You know, that reflects it. You know, he can promote with his battle rap plan and da, da, da. All right, so we have a submission. Pablo mentions I am the only one, but he also mentioned Innovate. That's a submission for Pablo Picasso and a submission for Innovate. And in case you're wondering, yes, after contention, then we'll talk more about, you know, the virtual battle rappers and who was what. We're saving that. We got to see contention first. Got to see contention first. That social assassin Innovate battle is extremely important for both of those, and that's going to shift a whole lot. Pablo mentions every battle he does means something. He's talking about Innovate. That is 100%. That's 100%. And also, Innovate may not have a lot of bodies, but also Innovate has taken the highest form of competition. He has done that. Loso BXY, Clip Corleone, Rio Nicosi. You know, he's going to be battling Pablo and Social. Innovate has not rarely taken any cupcakes, if at all. Pablo mentions, man, I was going to dog walk Greg so bad. Yeah. And that's honestly what opened up, what has all this worth discussing as far as endgame and stuff. Maybe if Greg didn't have these nasty allegations, this will, again, all prayers for the victims. If there are any, the victims of any sexual abuse, any grape, anything like, man, we're not going to talk about it, but the point is, perhaps if Greg didn't have that jacket, and of course, Greg has disproven the great part, but, Greg didn't have the assault jacket and all this stuff. Maybe if this season was completed, maybe he would have a shot to be considered an in-game battle rapper, completing a season like this. It could have been that could have been kind of like a Geechee Gotti type of thing. How Geechee Gotti had such an amazing, what was that, 2019, if I'm not mistaken? Nah, that's too far back. 2021-ish or something. That immediately said, well, Geechee might be my Rushmore. There was talks of that just after that one season, just clearing everybody. And the more Codys he got, he became that. Even though he was rapping a whole lot less, as far as he didn't have as many seasons under his belt as the rest, but he did have a lot of battles. That could have been Greg. It's not Greg. And just to say this real quick, because just to get ahead of the question, what are you going to include Greg in Rock Rankings 2? Absolutely not. Greg will not be included in Rock Rankings 2. No. That name has not been submitted. It will not be included. No, it will not. Okay. So this way, so someone that's been excluded, and also someone that's hopefully focusing on what they got to get together. That's a dub. We're not going to include that. Now, will Pablo's name be included? Yes. Reek Ruger, yeah. Innovate, yeah. Maze, maybe, yeah. Social Assassin, depending on what he does against Innovate, maybe, yeah. But Greg will not. You won't have to be concerned about looking at Greg to be included in any of these submissions. Simple as that. All right. So so we got one for Pablo and Innovate. Who else is an in-game virtual battle rapper right now? Or is this it? By the way, we have another group, if not mistaken. Do we have another group before? Yes, we do. We also have another group of 4. Seizure, Spasmatic, Yo 2 Times, and Disaster. Why did Yo 2 Times only get 13% as an in-game battle rapper, though? That's weird. Because Yo 2 Times literally is virtual battle rapper in a lot of ways. At least that's what, even those that don't like him, that's what they'll say. Yo 2 Times is so much of an in-game submission that even those that don't like him will troll him, saying that, well, you're supposed to be virtual battle rap, right? And they may be punching on Yo 2 Times because of Yo 2 Times saying I'm virtual battle rap. It's me. But it's strange that he doesn't get a lot of pushback against that. But yet when it comes to these type of results, it's like, I mean, let's be honest. If somebody beats Yo 2 Times in a battle, doesn't that kind of automatically give them something? Like, look at Reek Ruger. Reek Ruger battles Yo 2 Times. And salute to Uncompromised Battle League, HP2 win, all that. HP2 win 2, all that. And immediately, Yo 2 Times is like, hey, I went toe-to-toe with Reek. Where's my consideration for where I'm going to be ranked in these rankings? He has the right to say. Spasmatic is probably low here because of, the money he requires. Seizure 20% and Disaster 60%. Now the question for Disaster is the reason why he's considered an in-game battle rapper primarily because of what he did outside of battle and mainstream battle rap, outside battle rap, or is it because of what he did virtually? Disaster, and a lot of you don't talk about Disaster as an in-game virtual battle rapper. But Disaster has a lot of innovation here. That battle between him and Anderson Burris, I mean, that was innovative. No disrespect, no pun intended for innovative. So we got 3 groups of 4. So battle with Disaster has 60%, Yo 2 Times 13%, Spasmatic 7%, Seizure 20%. We ask you, are any one of these 4 virtual battle rappers? I'm sorry, are any one of these 4 in-game virtual battle rappers? Yes, they are virtual. We ask you. Okay. Pablo says, I can't put Diz on there. Okay. So no Diz. Okay. So Pablo, so that would be a unsubmission for Diz. All right. So to Pablo. Pablo mentioned he ain't battling any virtual battlers. Anderson Burris would be considered a virtual battler. Now Nkasa wouldn't be. Yeah. But Anderson Burris battled virtually before. Now, if you're talking about, that's a question right there. What's the Okay, Pablo mentioned, so how can he be an in-game? If we use that criteria, that's a strong point. And which leads to this question. What is the definition of a virtual battle rapper now? And this goes back to the whole element of this guy right here, who got a lot of traction. His name, well, he didn't get a lot of traction, but QP. Whenever QP's name brought up as an in-game battle rapper, he battled outside. But he has 9 battles. And how many were main events on virtual battle rap cards? Why is he not an in-game battle rapper? Rio Nkosi battled outside too, so they innovate. They battle outside too. So they're not, so because they battle outside, they're not virtual. What is the definition of virtual battle rapper? Pablo mentions end game means final boss, so you got to be able to fight him for that at the end. 100% couldn't agree more. So when does that, okay, let's take that. So that when that kind of lean toward Disaster being end game, Disaster has nothing to prove. It could be argued that Disaster has not lost a battle in virtual battle rap. He doesn't have a lot of them, but he ain't lose. So if you're undefeated in virtual battle rap and you are who Disaster is, wouldn't that kind of say that, wow, if someone can beat Disaster or defeat Disaster in virtual battle rap, wouldn't that mean, wow, they can do anything? Also in game. Okay. Pablo mentions no, because who's he battling at the end of the road? Does end game have to battle the end game to be an end game? Now, what was settled is, and you know what, Yo 2 Times, if you're still watching in the shadows or depth, either way, we might have to start booking some of these guys against each other. QP may have to battle disaster in a card in 2026. Innovate may have to battle, and if this battle happen again, Innovate may have to battle. Well, now he battled all these individuals. Innovate was supposed to battle Yo 2 times, so that may have to happen. Or Innovate versus Disaster. Because it could be said that Disaster shows that it's a debatable with Innovate. Disaster says, well, look, if I get him in a debatable, and he's the end game, I'm an end game too. Especially if Disaster actually defeats Innovate. What about Seizure, though? Is Seizure in game? Pablo mentions he's a legend in battle rap. He's a legend in battle rap, not an in-game virtual battle rapper. But so couldn't that work to this because he's a legend in battle rap and he also battles in virtual battle rap? That would add to him being in game rather subtract than subtract. So is Disaster missing? How many battles does it take for someone to be a virtual battle rapper? Is it the amount of battles, quality of opponent, a combination thereof? Who or what qualifies to be a virtual battle rapper under what condition? So there's no argument QP is a virtual battle rapper. And yes, this does show that there's room and that in game. Right now, your leaders in these categories, let's just do that. And we're going to get back to Seizure. Disaster leads with 60% as an in-game virtual battle rapper. So that's one. Teeksta, 53%. Innovate, 68%. A Disaster versus Teeksta 3-round virtual battle would be fire. That would settle a lot. That would settle a lot. Disaster versus Teeksta 3. What if that was Teeksta's first virtual? No, my bad. Yeah. What if that was? I'm right. What if that was Teeksta's first 3-round virtual battle against Disaster? This is how we settle it. We got the names. Is there a name that should be okay? Pablo mentioned himself. Is there a name that should be considered in game that's not here? Someone said, well, what about Abysmal? Now, I'm not sure if he'll qualify. What Abysmal is missing is maybe a better win-loss record. Abysmal has a longevity, and Abysmal has lost a lot of battles. And honestly, after battling Abysmal, there's a okay, what's next factor on that, right or wrong or indifferent. When you battle Innovate, there's like, wow, that's about it. When you battle QP, hey, that question was asked, man. That question was asked, Pablo. Pablo's like, Abysmal? Yes. Because of longevity. Who else is missing from in-game virtual battle rap consideration? Or do we got it? We have everybody. If we have everybody, we can move on. Outside of Pablo. Pablo submitted himself. Pablo has entered his name. Submitted himself sounds crazy. Yeah. Pablo says, what about Pablo Picasso? What about Seizure? Is Seizure in game? And if not, what is Seizure missing? Seizure has a lot of longevity. Seizure has wins. He's main evented cards. What are we doing? Not Seizure? Who else is an in-game virtual? Okay, so we have a submission from Pablo. Seizure is in game. That's from Pablo Picasso now. That's submission. Seizure is in game. So there's an agreement right there. All right. Who do we miss? Are others in-game virtual battle rappers? Are we tripping? Oh man, you missed who? So here's our list. Here's the submissions on this list. We're gonna start here, right? Yeah, we are. Okay. Who right now is the in-game virtual battle rapper? The Seizure, 20%, Spasmatic, 7%, Yo 2 times, 13%, Disaster, 60%. Next group of 4, Rio Nkosi, 18%, Danny Myers, 24%, Nightmare J. Pyro, 6%, Teeksta, 53%. Next, last group of 4, Clip Carrion, 0%, QP, 11%, Innovate, 68%, Kid Dangerous, 21%. Did we miss anyone to be considered for in-game battle rapper? And if we didn't, then what we can do, we'll take the ones that, and we're going to keep asking questions. And then we're going to see this. Look, submit. You're more than welcome to enter and submit as many as you would like. You're more than welcome. So we're asking you that's watching, who is an in-game virtual battle rapper? And do you care? That's another question. Do you care who is an in-game virtual battle rapper? You may not care until it comes up. And then there's another question around this. Who, if they came to virtual battle rap, would stand the greatest chance to be an in-game? What if Arsenal came to virtual battle rap? And let's say he got 6 battles, went 6-0. Is he in-game? Yes, depending on, okay, let's say Arsenal takes the top and goes 6-0. My bad. Let's say Arsenal takes the best and goes 6-0. Is he in-game? That's for Arsenal. I honestly don't want to see Aver virtually. I'm not sure if he takes it seriously. Let's go with female. What if Official came to virtual battle rap and she went and she took the top? My bad. She took the best. Got to stop saying that. She took the best of virtual battle rap. Could she be in game? Is there a female right now that could come to virtual battle rap and be in game if they go 6-0, 7-0? Could they do that? Oh, well, if you're going to say Soul from Scotland, so there's someone. Soul from Scotland would be if he came over to virtual battle rap and went 6-0. Well, we might as well go ahead and jump. If we're going overseas, Shoddy Horror. If Shoddy Horror went virtual, went 6-0, would that just automatically lock in for him to be in game? Yes, it would be expensive to book. We get that. Just saying it. We're talking about in-game potential from outside to virtual. We're finally going to go ahead and say something positive about outside, right? Who from outside could arrive in virtual battle rap, go 6-0, and how about this? What'd you say? It's not even 6-0. Could go undefeated for an entire season. Let's say someone arrives in virtual battle rap and goes undefeated all of 2026, taking the highest competition. Who could do it? So we got Soul from Scotland. We're going to say Shoddy Horror. Shoddy Horror could do it. Oh, yeah. Shoddy Horror probably be even more dangerous virtually. Because now nothing is going to be there to distract them. Now, yes, you have the accent, but Teeksta has an accent. And as we've seen with Teeksta, salute to Teeksta. Teeksta's leading a class of his 4 that include Nightmare J. Power, Danny Myers, and Rio Nkosi. What happened to Danny Myers being in game again? Danny Myers was just considered in game 5 months ago. Is it the performances? Is it that he dropped his value by taking too many cheesy battles? Or is it that in this community he battled Dankster? Is that it? And look, over here, honestly, don't consider it. This channel doesn't consider Danny Myers in game. Not in game. Not even in a heyday. No. Because after Danny Myers, it doesn't shut anything down. There it is. So Pablo mentions too many weak battles. So we're talking about too many weak battle matchups, not performances. Yeah. Salute to that. But also salute to Danny Myers for giving shots and and maybe using that to keep the skills, keep the skills fresh. So let's do that. Let's go back to the female. So we said official could come over. Okay, fine. Could Miss Hustle come over to virtual battle rap? And if she goes undefeated for a season, could she be in-game female? Here's one for you. Could Miss Vicious come back to virtual battle rap, go undefeated for a season, and be in-game? Or does she require another season? And not saying that any of this would happen. We're speaking hypothetically. Who could be in-game battle rap Tarati? Who could it be? So with that, we went over a whole lot of data. I believe we cleared a lot. I know we cleared a lot of stuff up. You got the Anger Management Battle Rap Card Awards. You have the Jiggy Battle League Battle Rap Card Awards. Salute to that. Salute to everyone that's live right now. And look, it's just a great moment to be able just to talk about virtual battle rap, man. Oh, someone in IG. Go back to the easy post. Okay, the easy post, the easy data. Let's go back to the easy data. And look, again, those that's excited about the battle, want to see the battle, enjoy the battle. But a great consensus, and again, on this channel, great consensus is usually between 25 and 27, so 18 is outside of that, right? This question is entitled, we got to get more on that. Let's go here and let's go here. Thank you so much. Beautiful. All right. Is the battle between Easy the Black Captain versus, first of all, everybody and their mama's talking about that documentary. Yeah. Here's a life lesson. Media training, man. If someone is trying to quote unquote G-check you, please. One of the toughest things to do is prove a negative, that you didn't do something, right? Don't even play the game. Yeah. The whole thing is that, but if Easy didn't do that documentary, there'll be those that say, how come you didn't even respond? Respond in the battle, or promote, or just talk. And no disrespect to Philly, but if you're not from Philly, so what? If you are from Philly, so what? But then again, Easy was kind of carrying. That's a big foundational point of who Easy the Black Captain is. I'm Philly. I represent Philly. Philly don't play that. Honestly, none of these cities that are so-called chocolate cities play that. Philly, Chicago, Detroit, etc. Atlanta's corporate. Maybe Atlanta. That's all mixed up. I guess the less, but wait a minute. Here's another thing. The concept of this is entertainment, right? So automatically these are actors. So the whole thing is, but why you lying? He's an actor. Every actor lies. They're paid liars, man. And that's become the crux of this battle. Quite frankly, it's another reason not to see it, because bars are not going to win this battle. Again, if you want to see it, go see it. Just saying reasons not to see it. Reason to see it, again, we're going to repeat this again. Reason to see the battle, you just want to see battle rap. And actually, there's not a single thing wrong with that. Reason why it's not going to be seen over here, keep it $1, got better things to do. Not interested in seeing Indirect Easy versus Cassidy, who's a fantastic rapper. Honestly, nah. And let's be honest, don't really have to see Easy versus Cassidy, because y'all gonna see it. And about 95% of y'all gonna report on it. That's like seeing the battle anyway. Whoopie freaking do. Just, who was asking for this battle again? Who was asking for this battle? Who was sitting around like, you know what? Battle rap could use something. Now, granted, plenty were asking for Cassidy to come back to battle rap. No question. No argument there. But versus Easy? Wouldn't we rather see Cassidy versus Mook? Maybe Cassidy versus a Rum Nitty? Cassidy versus Easy, though. And you know what? One good thing for Easy came out of Easy just proved Easy is the algorithm bull. Here it is. This is the main topic of battle rap, and Easy didn't even rap. Easy is the quote unquote butt of the joke, and the whole scene is talking about Easy. Algorithm bull confirmed. That's how you go viral. That's how you do the algorithm. Can't even get away from the topic. But nah. So here's the percentages: 89% yes, 11% no. As far as the battle between Easy the Block Captain versus Cassidy is already over. Another reason why we're not going to see it is because honestly the battle was done. The battle was in a promo. Have a good day. And please don't start this bar thing. But the bars they might say, yeah, right. Cassidy will be saying some bars. Not sure about Easy's bars. Nah, not sure. It's not that Easy doesn't rap. Easy can rap. Easy can write. But it's not on such an impressive level like that. So we're like, oh no, man, I gotta stop what I'm doing to hear Easy rapper. And no, not willing to give it a chance. No. Now, here's where we will watch it. It'll be watched if it gets a certain consensus to say, nah, man, it might be. That might convince us to watch it later on our own after all the noise clears out. After all the clout chasers and all the YouTube pandemic police are cleared out. Then maybe. As it stands now, keep it. Oh, now, for those, I'm going to say this again. Because again, there's two things niggas don't do. Read and listen, right? Listen closely. For those that have it set to watch the battle, enjoy the battle. You have the right to do that. We're just explaining why we're going to do what we're going to do and why this result looks like it does. Now, look, there is a flaw in this result. Just because individuals say it's already over don't mean they're not going to watch. But battle rap in general, we got to do better than this, man. We got to get some matchups that individuals asking for, and we got to do better. Just as a total, this ain't it. At any rate, appreciate everybody for tuning in. A couple show notes. As you know, we try to go live once a week. Oh, and again, I can't forget this. There's been a lot of talk about criteria. Susan John brought up a point. John mentioned like, yeah, the Rock rankings, and a lot of individuals look at Rock for the kind of official award for V Cody and et cetera, et cetera. First, the award we do is one award. Others are more than welcome to do their awards. The only thing to be requested is come up with your criteria and explain your award. That's it. That's your award. That will not stop us nor hinder us from doing our own award. Number two, the reason why we have so much criteria because we want to consider the most amount of layers possible. It's a layered system. No, we're not. There's this thing about, yeah, but are they nice? Do they rap well? Look, you're going to have to win, dog. It's weird how individuals are so nice and such great battle rappers, but then they face off against, they battle against these people and they don't win. How is it you so nice and you don't win? Win more battles. Where your body's at if you so nice? I mean, seriously, are we doing battle rap or are we doing battle rap concerts? Which one are we doing here? You have to defeat opponents. Now, the good news for 2025, we're probably not going to have that problem, honestly, because all the top 5 are nice. They rap well. They put bars together well. There's double and triple entendres. They're layered. They have talent. You know, again, the Pablo, Reed, Innovate. That's 3 of them right there. Maze does have talent, but Social Assassin may possibly, sneak up in there. I think we mentioned Reek already. If not, we'll mention Reek. Froku. You know, these are individuals that have talent. So we're not going to have an issue about, yeah, but, you know, how good are they on the mic? You know how, those bars. They all have bars. What will probably determine, it'll be a simple thing to determine who's going to get virtual battle rap champ and V Cody from these leagues. It's something real simple. How did you do in your matchups against each other? This is an elimination tournament now. You got Social versus Innovate. You got Pablo versus Innovate. You already had Innovate versus Reek. The last one standing will probably win this. And please don't forget, I'm going to remind you, Pablo right now is probably the front runner because Pablo's been doing this all through the season. So if Pablo beats Innovate, that could be it. One way to look at it. We will discuss it. We're going to do our due diligence. Pablo is the front runner. And look, this is not a popularity contest. It's a popularity contest as far as who believes that Pablo is the V Cody. But it's not going to be like, do you like Pablo or not? We're talking about rapping, and Pablo has a whole lot of 2025 battle rap awards, battle rap card awards. Innovate just got one. So did Reek. But Pablo has a lot on, and that's when 2025 virtual battle rap was incredible. It was good. And then it fell off. So, food for thought. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. This was the Rock Files data review, battle rap Desperation, and the Rock Rankings 2. You know, this was a short open panel. We appreciate everybody for listening, chilling with the chat. Salute to Yo 2 Times from I Got Motion Podcast. Be sure to subscribe. Salute to Pablo Picasso. Pick the part. Salute to Pablo Picasso. Be sure to subscribe to that, and also Unscripted Logic. Again, I Got Motion Podcast. That's how it's spelled. Be sure to subscribe to I Got Motion Podcast live on YouTube. Bruce Leaf. Salute to Bruce Leaf. Appreciate you. Everybody in the bushes, salute to y'all. And of course, protect your peace. Protect your family. Protect your foundation. Stay strong. And protect, you know what? And protect women. Protect women, man. Protect women. If you out there and you're doing something against women that's abusive, and even if it's the case of, well, yeah, I have to protect myself. If you're in a position where you feel you got to protect yourself physically by putting your hands on a woman, please just leave. Just leave, man. Don't put your hands on a woman. Ever. Leave. Separate. Block number. Block from social media, all that stuff. But don't put your hands on a woman, man. Straight up and down. So protect women, protect babies. Don't put your hands on the. We gotta say this. Don't put your hands on the baby. Duh. At any rate, protect babies, protect women, protect your peace, protect your energy, protect your sanity. Stay safe, strong, and sane. All praise to the Almighty Yahweh. And as usual, rock on. Rock on. Rock out!
Rock, where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock? Where you at, Rock?
10 rock and roll.